Good morning out there. Channel. Let's make sure we're all right. Good morning out there. Much better. YouTube's gone a lot better. I need to pull that down a little bit. I moved it a little not too long ago. YouTube's gotten a lot better with some of the latency lately. I don't know if it's me or them or both or what. But anyway, used to take a whole minute before it was really ready to come up, and now I probably could have actually gone in 30 seconds. We'll do it now. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name is Ryan. I get stuff from yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, and similar places. Try to make a few extra bucks online. Been iffy lately broadcasting, but either haven't sold stuff or been busy. Work's picked up, and I'll probably be busy with work almost to the end of the year, unless we get some more stuff in. So there's that. But outside of that, I've actually been able to... Sales were slow probably for the last few weeks because I got a lot of new business in at my regular job, so I didn't have time to list. And since if you don't list, you don't sell. The eBay algorithm really likes new listings, and it really likes new listings of stuff that sells. Well, I would say maybe a week ago, I started really trying to bear down on getting at least, I think, 5 things a day listed, or as regular as I could, at least get 5 things out. And things have picked up. And the things I listed were more likely to be the things that sold, which was nice. So I had some stuff laying around that I'd still been sourcing, still been thrifting, had a few things laying around. I just hadn't been able to get around to getting them listed, and I did. I made the time. And doing 5 listings, that's 30 minutes to an hour worth of work. Maybe. Hey Kevin. Good to see you. Good to see you're still out there wanting to watch this show. And it's showing 0 viewers. So there's a lag there, and I don't know why. Anyway, so that's what's been going on. I had 5 sales yesterday. I had like 3 all weekend. And like kind of trickling back up to my average of about 2 sales a day. That's really the way there you are. That's really the way I do sales works. I put 10 to 15 hours a week into this at most. And that includes sourcing, listing, packing, shipping, and this. So I come out, I have about between 225 and 250 listings every, not new listings, but I have about current listings bounce between 225 and 250. That comes out to, with what I sell, about $7,000, between $6,000 and $7,000 of stuff. And with that, the math on that works out to a couple sales a day, $300 to $500 net in my pocket every month. So that's the money I make. It's beer money. It's a little bit extra. It's a car payment, which is actually kind of what that money goes to. I have a loan payment that mostly goes to support, and so and I've been able to be pretty consistent with that. Through November was bad. But if you average it out, I've hit it every month. I had like a really good August where I think I made like $1,000 for one reason or another, and I still haven't figured out why it was August. So anyway, let's jump into what I sold for this past few days. Over yesterday, one really good hit and some bread and butter stuff. So the first one is Jenny B. Jones books. 9 Jenny B. Jones books for $10. Toss up one of them. I got these at $0.25 a piece, I think. I waited at the Goodwill till they went half price. So let's do some math. So that's one, two, 225 into these. Sold for $9. Shipping's $5 to $6. Let's call it $6 with eBay fees. So I made $1. The more you got, the faster these sell. Actually, if I had 20 or 25, I actually would be $5-8 profit probably on these being able to move them. So don't get these books, but don't pay more than a quarter a piece on them. They move consistently. I have sold over the past couple of years. I've sold a couple of Junie Bean Jones's lots. I guess the recommendation here is don't sell less than 20 at a time when you get them. If you got a good source where you know they'll stack up, get a stack of them before you put them up, and make sure that stack is at least 20 or so, and then you may be good. So that'll be my goal with this one going forward. All right, next up, let's go. These is a $15 sale. These are 3 David Eddings hardcovers. Really good fantasy series called the Millennium and the Tamuli. This is not a complete set. This is like 2 out of one and 1 out of the other. Yeah, 2 of the Millennium books and 1 of the Tamuli books. These 3 went for $15. These have been sitting a while. Because it's not the full set. It's just two different sets mixed. I probably would have sold them a whole lot quicker if they were the full set. They tend to move. That's a set that does tend to move when it's full, and that's something to keep in mind when you're selling science fiction or any series that you're dealing with. Outside of a very few, I want to say the Court of Thorns and Roses, that series. That's a series that you can sell the individual books for $10 to $15 a piece or more. I actually just did a couple days ago. Sold 1 of the books. But most of your sci-fi series and a lot of anything that's a series in general, unless there's a weird rarity to it, you need the full set to sell it. And a lot of them aren't, and it's one of those things that unless you got the storage room to do it, it's not worth grabbing. Unless you, for some reason, the thrift store that you go to consistently has the ability of you to fill the set in. So that's something to think about there. I'm kind of looking at a couple things right now. It's like, do I have... Yeah, I've got a few mixed sets, and I've got them listed, and they're not selling. So something to think about along those lines whenever you're going to find stuff. All right. Anyway, hardcover sets do better too. Hardcover mix batches do better. So, something to think about there. All right. Next up, Great Illustrated Classics: Pride and Prejudice. This $10 even. I think this was. Yep, $10 on this. This is one. Normally, I lot this set up, and the lots sell. It sometimes takes a couple months. I got one up right now, but they typically do move after a while. I've had great success selling these in lots. This one is like the one you can sell individually. Is Pride and Prejudice for $10 even. I guess this is the rarest in the set, or for some reason this is the second one I've sold. I think this year, and this is one I know to look for because I know I can flip it for a little bit more than the rest of them. So, for what it's worth, these are worth picking up at $1 a piece if you got a little time to list them. Once you list them, you got a little time to set them aside because they can sell for $2 to $3 a piece. I've even sold them on Facebook before, and so it's worth thinking about there. I got a batch of books I probably need to throw on Facebook. I may do that today. Look to see what photos I got and see what I can do with that. Next, okay, we'll do that one later. Got this vest at a church sale. I think for $1, maybe $2. It is this is a mishmash of a couple things. This is a Remington shooting vest that somebody threw Harley Davidson stuff on. A Harley Davidson patch on. I think the one problem with this is somebody wrote patch on the back right here. So Remington shooting vest. I think somebody intended to make this some sort of like a motorcycle type vest. Possibly. I don't know. This went for 15. This $15. Yeah, went for $15. Don't do a ton of clothing unless I'm fairly certain. Harley Davidson stuff, motorcycle stuff is usually worth looking at. So always consider that when you're doing your clothing looking and it's inexpensive enough. That's usually one of my rules now with clothing is I'm not paying up for clothing. Clothing sits, clothing goes out of style, unless there's a really good utility to it or it's real current, then I'm not paying more than $1 a piece or something for some clothing. But good to go on that one. Finally, I sold a Bible. Imagine that. Okay, this is a Japanese English New Testament Revised Standard Version from 1959. So, just after the war. Really neat stuff there. I'm not going to see that real well, but English on one side, Japanese on the other. Mixed language Bibles are good sellers and typically worth picking up. So, Japanese English Bible. Oh, what did it sell for? $50 for this one. This is how clean is this? There's one. I think somebody's name was in the front. A little bit of pencil markings on it. Overall, it's pretty clean though. Goodbye there. And this being $50, I will do my best to box this and not just send it in a bubble mailer. This will get boxed and mailed out because of the price on it. So, whenever you sell an expensive book, get a box for it. Don't throw it in a bag. Protect the investment. It's good for you and good for your buyer and good for your buyer. So, anything interesting I've picked up over the past few weeks? Nothing great. I think everything that I picked up and I listed that was good has sold. So not a whole lot to show you. Like I said, there's a book series. Tony Wolf Charm, whatever this is. I think there's another book in this series. And I'm going to have to keep an eye out for it. But I looked these up. This is a lot that almost seems to sell at $5 a book, no matter how mixed the lot is or how incomplete that set is. What other interesting? Dune. Got a copy of Dune. $7-8 for these. What that'll go for. I hope. Let's see. What else? Goes there. Books like that. See anything extraordinary. Okay. Nope. Nothing at present that is just absolutely wowing. That's worth pulling out and talking about. So, but that's what it is. Keep looking, keep seeking. Like, comment, subscribe. I've got a few list things that I'm considering doing that I'll probably start working on at the end of the year when work slows down and I have time to do some of this stuff. Work on my editing skills because there are none, and we'll move that from there. Thanks, Kevin, for showing up, and I'll talk to all y'all